Hello to all, hope you're all well. So, it's finally the unveil time of the de-chipsifying of the Chibson Zach Wild Les Paul Custom. So, Ivan of Shank Guitars was nice enough to send me some pickups. After me going through some wiring difficulties, I finally got them installed in. I will say that so far they sound pretty good. One might have an issue. I mean, besides a assembly issue. Beyond that, I think they do pretty good. So I'm gonna show the guitar, explain what I have kept originally on this guitar. As you've seen in the pre-load of this guitar, you'll see what it was in its original state and what it's became, and I'll give a few thoughts, and then I am going direct sound from the Boss Katana Mark One. Boss Katana 100 Mark II combo over USB in to give you a sample of how the pickups sound. So let's start off by, as you see, the guitar. This is the guitar in its completed form. With the final tweaks and everything else. Let me just unplug it here for a second. As you could hear, maybe that sound. So, this was a Zach Wild custom Chibson, and as you can see, I have rightly named it the Chibson. It no longer has the Gibson moniker. I have also did a customized logo thing. That is the original truss rod cover. The tuners are the original. I've given it a written serial number, even though it's not official. Those are the original tuners. For the most part, they're acceptable. They'll get you by, but there's some that have some slop. Also, because I'm entitling this guitar Woody, I have put a little tree emblem logo thing there. Again, we have a modified Gibson diamond in a faded look on the headstock. Neck remains the same finish on it, which is a poly. I've cut it back a little bit. The nut is the same that came on the guitar. Fretboard, frets are all the same. I put the plastic covers back on, but if you look close enough, you can see that the amount of finish that they slapped on the guitar, how much is missing. Again, another detail of one of the little flaws in the body. Again, like I said, this seems to be very Norlin era-esque with about 4 pieces. Seems to be a solid back, and the top seems to be a 2 or 3 piece top. We'll take a look here, and I will show that I've kept almost all the integrity of the carve in place. You can see here there is actually a little bit of grain from the wood that's actually you can't see it on camera per se, but you can see I've kept the integrity pretty much at the top. This is customized salmon water-based wood dye that I wiped on once I sanded down the back. I went with a darker kind of stain on the sides to give it a kind of two-tone kind of look. I applied it as well on the headstock as you previously seen on the sides and the back to kind of give it the same motif. Instead of using the Painter's Touch duplicate color clear sealer, this was Minwax, I think it was, or DuPont, whoever it was. This time I actually went with Duplicolor acrylic lacquer. And let me tell you, the drying process was a lot easier. The jack is also the original jacks. The wiring in this is 50s wiring, which I think I had maybe a little bit of issues with in the beginning, but changed it up. These are the Shank Guitars pickups that Ivan had wound for me. This is supposed to be an Alnico 2. This is supposed to be an Alnico 5 with a fairly heavy wind on them. I really do like the sound of this one, as we'll hear shortly. Also, I almost thought about not putting the pickguard on it, but at the end of the day, because there's this odd, weirdly pieced second piece of wood that runs along here, it kind of throws off the upper part of the wood that's going over this way. So anyways, I have have the Boss Katana installed. The strap holders are also original. The three-way selector switch is also original. You can tell my ADD inattentive type going all over the place here. Sorry, folks. So the pots are replaced. The knobs have been replaced from what it came with. I think I have this twisted. The bridge and tail piece has also been replaced. I know there's some people out there that do not like these bridges, but the reality is they are the most easiest for adjustability, and because they have individual micro managing on here. So you can see there's little screws that you can move them, as well as the actual individual saddle pieces in itself. The radius does line up right. They're all pretty much 12-inch radius, so these bridges are best optimally on a 12-inch radius fingerboard. Neck, it's a really chunky neck compared to, say, the Tanglewood, which I have a very slim profile on. I would say it's slightly thicker than the Epiphone Gibson inspired by Epiphone 335 dot that I have there. It's very similar in width. It just has more back to it. So it's a really chunky back. As I give it a strum here, you can hear it resonates a lot. So, with that said, again, thanks Van Shank for sending me a set of pickups to check out. Once I got everything in order, everything seems to be right. I've had the guitar together, strung up, and in playable order for probably 2-3 days now. So I think it came out pretty nice, and I really think I'm gonna switch to the Duplicolor acrylic lacquer because it dries quickly. It dries quickly, and it's such a low viscosity. It's crazy. So let me mute the mics, and I'll change the channels around. I will put up here the Boss Katana. There's the Boss Katana in the corner. Let me switch it out to the clean sound, and hopefully you should be able to hear this. I will note, for some reason, I don't know if it's my wiring issues or whatnot, there is a slightly lower output on these pickups, though I understand that's what I wanted from this pickup. It is actually it could be simply a wiring error on my part. So with that said, let's go with the sound samples. And here we go. Alright, so we will bring the audio back in on the mic, and we will give some I'll give a final thought on this. Again, if you've watched this far, thank you again. Please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate everyone that has taken their time to watch my videos and follow me on this journey to, removing the fake badging on this instrument. It very much is definitely fake. With that said, at the end of the day, what are you getting out of a Chibson? For the most part, I'll give this summary. You're basically getting a $250 kit, a mid-tier guitar kit, basically. For the most part, with your neck and your body. It does not always guarantee that you're going to get a serviceable, playable instrument, unless you go with something like you pay more money and get like a kit from Precision Guitar Kits out of British Columbia, Canada. With that said, still kind of trying to get used to the thickness of the neck, and the maple does feel a bit weird. As far as I know, the fingerboard is actually rosewood, like a nice dark rosewood. The neck is maple. The body is some form of mahogany species. Really nice graining. Again, I think having the pickguard on it helps to kind of take your eye off that separation, as you can see here. But yeah, got this in a trade. Would I have bought it? No. Because again, like I said, I do think it's a little absurd that people are out there insisting on not only trying to sell them to begin with, but to sell them in, say, a $400+ range, or basically like half the price of a real Gibson. No. I think if you're an honest person, you could probably get one of these. Like I said, rebadge it. Like I said, with the Chibson moniker, and probably maybe a realistic. You could probably ask at least in the 300 range if you had one of these in perfect condition. Even putting it out there and saying that it's a fake Gibson, I just simply don't see a reason why putting it out there as a fake Gibson without some type of marking or indication. Like I said, I did the the numbered on custom shop Paul Reed Smith S looking written kind of serial number, even though technically it doesn't have a serial number. But again, I just don't see it as something to do as a source of income. Building a kit, getting a $250 kit like this and building it into something like this, I do think is a better idea. Again, shouldn't be doing this for making a sale / profit. If you're doing it as a hobby, though, I think it's awesome. I'm really impressed with. You can kind of see now the divot in this upper part here, which I think just gives it some character. This guitar is relatively light as well too. Again, the gloss acrylic lacquer looks really nice on it, and that's pretty much about it. Just give it another spin around. So yeah, Chibson's still in this day and age, honestly, still not worth buying it when you can get Harley Benton, Firefly, and other various third-party manufacturers out there to build a similar quality guitar at maybe even in some instances probably at a better price, because I know I've seen Chibsons in recent years are actually now up into like that $400 range and like US kind of thing, and I just think if you really are going to put time into a guitar, you know, and you want to look like a Gibson, just buy a nice kit and do it up. Do your own thing to it, because you will definitely not get a customized look from Gibson at without paying Gibson pricing, which, you know, could be anywhere from $4,000 to $7,000. Meanwhile, you can put probably a kit together for about $500 to $700 and have a guitar with the look that you want and playing how you want it. Again, thanks for coming along on my journey with this guitar. Thanks again to Ivan at Shank Guitars for the pickups to throw into this project that I did. And I hope yous are all well. Take care, and bye for now.